Hello, travelers. Welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. This is the show where we expose the good, the bad, and the straight up stupid in the travel world, 10 minutes or less. Today's topic, well, buckle up. We're digging into the worst travel advice ever given. The stuff that makes you go, what? What? Who told you that? And why do they hate you so much? Listen, it could come from your know-it-all cousin or neighbor, a clueless coworker, or that random travel blogger who wants clicks more than the truth. Bad travel advice is out there, and I'm here to help you dodge it. All right, let's kick it off with this classic stinker I hear all the time. Quote, "Don't bother getting travel insurance, you'll never use it." Yeah, and you'll never use that seatbelt until you hit a brick wall. Travel insurance is the thing you never want to need, but when you do, it's a lifesaver. Lost bags, canceled flights, medical emergencies, you name it. And let's face it, the travel gods love messing with you the day you skip the insurance. I get travel insurance whenever I leave the country. My health insurance doesn't work outside of America. And as some of you know, I have a bit of a heart problem. So I want to make sure that I'm actually covered, and I'll have insurance that will include coverage for me to return to America when the time comes. Next up, another gem of truly horrible advice. Only book the cheapest flight, it's all the same. Not really. That's kind of a wrong. You book a dirt cheap ticket with a budget hell airlines and you might find yourself with a middle seat next to a screaming toddler, a layover so long you forget what year it is, a bill for your carry-on that costs more for your flight. I've had that. Sometimes paying a little bit extra does save you some pain and enough backaches to keep a chiropractor in business for about a year. If I'm just flying a couple of hours from, say, Portland to Las Vegas, I'll get a cheap flight. That's usually not an issue for me. But if I'm flying from Portland to Miami, that's 5.5 hours or so. I want to be comfortable. And I know I'm going to be bringing some extra bags, so I might as well pay for it early instead of when I get to the gate. Okay, this one is painful. Don't bother learning any local phrases. Everyone speaks English. First of all, rude. Second of all, false. Third, how do you expect to find the bathroom or order a meal without pointing and grunting like a caveman? A few local words can help you open doors, break the ice, and get you way more respect than being the stereotypical loud tourist. Learn how to say hello, learn how to say thank you, and excuse me at a very minimum. Look, it's just polite. It's Travel 101. Here's another one. Use your debit card for everything. Okay, sometimes your account will get frozen if you use your card overseas because computers think, oh my God, this person's card got stolen and someone's using it. And you may not have access to a phone that dials internationally to call back to America, yada, yada, yada. Debit cards are travel nightmares. If they get stolen or cloned, your actual money is at risk. Credit cards do have fraud protection and usually travel perks using them. Then pay them off. It's grown-up travel, folks. All right, let's do one that will really get you in trouble. Don't worry about checking your visa requirements. They'll let you in. Really? You think Border Control is going to smile and just wave you in because you're just visiting? Some countries will absolutely turn you around at the gate if you don't have the right visa. There's no refunds, no tears, no mercy. Check your requirements before you go. Period. Next up, this is one of my favorites for the sheer cluelessness. You can see it all in one day. No, you can't see Rome, Paris, or Tokyo in one day. Do you have any idea how many people live in those cities? That's how you end up with an album of blurry selfies that no one actually remembers. Slow down. Just soak it in. Nobody gives you a trophy for speed running through a city. One of my favorite train wrecks is never eat the street food. It'll make you sick. Street food is half the reason you travel. Yeah, be smart about it. Look for busy stalls. Hot food, fresh ingredients, but avoiding it? No, that's tragic. Some of the world's greatest dishes come from street vendors, not 5-star restaurants. Here's one that sounds smart, but is secretly terrible. Travel during peak holiday season because everything is open. Yes, everything is open and everything is even more expensive. It's even busier, it's more stressful. Slower season is your friend. Better prices, fewer crowds, and locals are not fed up with tourists yet. And of course, the other one, blend in by dressing exactly like the locals. Okay, look, blending in is fine, but you're not going to pass as a born and raised Roman in 3 days just because you wore loafers and a linen blazer. Respect the culture, of course, but don't cosplay. Locals will be able to spot a visitor from a mile away. You know what? It's okay. Most locals don't care. So here's one that can be controversial. Wing it. Planning ruins the adventure. Okay, sure. Let's just wing it and show up in Kyoto during cherry blossom season with 0 hotel booked. Look, you'll be sleeping on a couch. A flexible plan is fine, but no plan, that's a recipe for stress, disappointment, and a never again attitude. Here are some bite-sized extras. Quote, you don't need to tell your bank you're traveling. Yeah, sure, let them flag every single charge in Thailand as fraud and freeze your card while you stand there broke on the street. Book the cheapest hostel you can find. They're all the same. No. Some have bed bugs. Some have mold. Some have a dude named Fabio who thinks pants are optional. If you get sick, just push through. Don't waste your vacation. If you ignore food poisoning or infections abroad, you might really get to see the inside of a foreign hospital. Don't be a hero and rest up. I don't know, about a year and a half ago, my wife and I decided just to try something different. And we literally flew from Portland down to San Diego. Then we took a bus from the airport to their mass transit system. Then we got on one of their mass transit trains and we took it all the way to the Mexican border. And then we just walked across the border into Tijuana. And we had an amazing time. I had a lot of fun. Jashawn had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. So, some point along the way, I ended up eating something. The only thing that I ate that my wife didn't was some ice cream. And it got in my system. And I got what is referred to as Montezuma's Revenge. I'm not going to give you the gory details, but Google it. Jashawn ends up going to the pharmacy, because there's a pharmacy on every corner down in Mexico. It's wonderful. And she got me some medications that I needed to pretty much nuke it out of my system. Whatever was there got nuked out of my system. And we continued with our vacation. I wasn't feeling very good for a night, but my wife saved the day, as she usually does. With that said, I was able to keep it from being a major issue, and I continued on with my vacation. I didn't just sit around the hotel room. Here's another one. Skip the vaccinations. They're a scam. You're a dumbass if you think that. Enjoying your complimentary malaria? That's just genius. Some shots are actually required by law just to enter the country, and some protect you from spending weeks glued to a toilet. My wife and I always make an appointment at the doctor's office whenever we leave the country to see if we need to have any vaccinations that they recommend. Lastly, here's this gem. Take all the cash with you. Avoid using ATMs. The only place I ever take cash with me is Las Vegas, because it's a big tipping city, or when I'm going on a cruise, because I like to have cash for, you guessed it, tipping, and of course, the casino. Otherwise, you're just walking around with a fat wad of cash that make you a mugger's dreams. ATMs exist for a reason. Use them sensibly. Don't stash your cash in your shoe. One time my wife and I were leaving Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas, and she was in a restroom doing her business, and this arm comes up over the door to look for something that they could grab and run with. Ever since then, I travel with a 1950s style money belt that I wear up to my nipples. I'm not kidding. I look like a dumbass, but nothing is getting stolen. And I mean nothing. No cash, no passports, nothing. So there you have it, some of the worst travel advice ever given, served up so you don't end up sobbing in a foreign airport wondering how you got there. Remember, you need to plan. You need to learn. You need to spend more to save a lot. And for heaven's sakes, just get the travel insurance. If you've heard even worse travel tips than these, send them my way. I might feature you on the next episode of Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. Hit that like button and leave me a review and tell your cousin's friend's uncle to stop giving you advice. Until next time, keep traveling smart. We'll see you next week.